Welcome to Codex Tactics. This is your 10-minute battle brief for Army of Faith, Adepta Sororitas. So the detachment playstyle is jump pack and melee focused mostly. It's going to have miracle dice manipulation. There's multiple ways to gain additional miracle dice. It has mortal wound negation. The jump pack units can go back into reserves. They can ignore mods to weapon skill and ballistic skill. They can get -1 to hit, and they can get lance and melee. So the army rule for sisters has changed a little bit. You gain 1 miracle dice at the start of each battle round. At the end of each phase, if 1 or more Adepta Sororitas units from your army were destroyed that phase. Each time you gain a miracle dice, roll 1d6. The number you roll is the value of that miracle dice. This value cannot be changed or re-rolled unless a rule specifically states otherwise. Keep your miracle dice to one side. This is your miracle dice pool. Performing an act of faith before making a dice roll for a model or unit in your army with the acts of faith ability. If you have 1 or more dice in your miracle dice pool, that unit can perform an act of faith. So basically, they're going to swap out dice for advance, battle shock, charge, damage, hit, save, or wound rolls. The detachment rule is Adepta Sororitas units can perform 2 acts of faith per phase instead of 1. The enhancements, Canonist or Palatine can take a leadership test. If passed, they can get an extra miracle dice. There's an enhancement that improves strength and AP of melee weapons by 1 to the bearer and gives precision. If an enemy model is destroyed by the bearer, they'll also gain 1 miracle dice. Another enhancement, bearer's movement phase. 1 enemy unit within 12 inches takes a battle shock. If it's failed, plus 1 miracle dice. And finally, when using an act of faith to sub a saving throw, the throw is successful regardless of the value of the miracle dice. Strats and abilities. For 1 command point, when a mortal wound is suffered, there's a 5-up feel no pain against mortals. If a jump pack unit is selected, it's a 3-inch aura of 5-up feel no pain against mortals. For 1 command point in the command phase, this ignores mods to profile characteristics of models, weapon skill or ballistic skill of weapons, or any test or roll excluding saving throws. If jump pack unit is chosen, it's 3-inch aura of the same. 1 command point for lance, and if a model is destroyed, plus 1 miracle dice. 1 command point, -1 to hit against a selected target. If it's a jump pack unit, it's going to be a 3-inch aura again. 1 command point improves AP by 1 in the shooting or fight phase. If an enemy model is destroyed, they'll gain a miracle dice. And then finally, 1 command point, a jump pack unit can go back into reserves at the end of the opponent's fight phase. Key synergizing units. Saint Celestine is anti-elite or infantry generally speaking. She moves 12, T3, 5 wounds. She has 2 Gemini with 2 wounds each, 4-up invuln, and deep strike ability. In melee, she's going to have 5 attacks at weapon skill 2-up, strength 6, AP 3, 2 damage, devastating wounds, 12 inches shooting, D6 attacks, torrent, strength 6, AP 2, 1 damage. The Gemini have 4 attacks, weapon skill 2-up, strength 4, AP 2, 1 damage in melee, and they're also equipped with bolt pistols. While the Gemini are alive, Celestine has a 4-up feel no pain. Celestine also stands back up on a 2-up once per battle. She can also regen D3 bodyguard models, Seraphim or Zephyrim. When attached to a Zephyrim unit, she can move D6 after shooting. She cannot charge after that move. When attached to Zephyrim, Gemini and the unit have lethal or sustained on all power weapons. And then also with the command point, they can get Lance and another command point an additional -1 AP. The Canonist with Jump Pack is anti-elite, infantry, and chaff. Moves 12, T3, 3-up save, 3 wounds, 4-up invuln. Equipped with a flamer and a power sword or halberd, 5 attacks. Hits on a 2, strength 5, AP2, 2 damage, or Eviscerator, 3 attacks, hits on a 2, strength 6, AP2, 2 damage. She can have devastating wounds and +3 attacks once per battle. Can target the unit with a strat for -1 CP, and she leads Zephyrim or Seraphim. A couple key leader units to look out for, specifically with Retributors or Dominions. The Palatine can give lethals. The Canonist can give reroll ones to hit and feel no pain against mortals and psychic attacks. Also reduces cost of a strap by -1 command point. Dialogus removes Battle Shock and makes Miracle Dice an auto 6. And finally, Astrothurman and Agatha Dolan gives Devastating Wounds and an additional Miracle Dice. Also noted that the Triumph of St. Catherine, there's all kinds of things that they can do with that, including Miracle Dice. Zephyrim are the power weapon jump unit. They move 12, T3, 5 up invuln with Deep Strike. They can have lethals or sustain 1, or both with a Miracle Dice. They're going to reroll charges if they have a banner in the unit. The Seraphim are the Flamer or Inferno pistol jump unit. Move 12, T3, 5 up invuln, Deep Strike. They can move up to 6 inches after shooting. They cannot charge. 10 model unit can have up to 8 Flamers or Inferno pistols and a Plasma pistol for the Superior. For Pencha, they're going to shred most Meridian equivalent bodies of T6 or T7 lower, +1 strength if that vow is chosen, or lower with 3+ save. They move 7, standard T3, 6 up invuln, 5 up feel no pain. The Superior has whips, 4 attacks, strength 1, AP 1 damage, anti-infantry 4 up. Eviscerator will be 2 attacks, strength 6, AP 2, 2 damage, sustained 1. They reroll hits and wounds with the Superiors in the unit. Minister and Priest can give them +1 to wound. The Palatine can give them lethals, and they can also be Lance or an additional -1 AP. So the other key units, the Exorcist is good indirect, causes battle shock, and 5 up deadly demise. Missiles on this are going to be D6 attacks, +2, strength 10, AP3, D6 damage, or rockets, 3d6 attacks, strength 6, AP1, 1 damage. The Castigator has a 48-inch range, -1 AP. It increases AP for other sisters units by 1. The battle cannon on that's going to be 48 inches, blast, ignores cover, D6 attacks, +3, strength 10, AP1, 3 damage, or the auto cannon be rapid fire 4, twin linked, 4 attacks, strength 9, AP1, 3 damage. Vol moves 8, T7, 2 up save, 8 wounds, 4 up invuln, rerolls hits and wounds for nundoms, 36-inch range on weapons. Don't get shot by this with war suits, especially if you're T9 or less. She's good in combat as well. 5 attacks, strength 8, AP2, 3 damage, or sweep at 10 attacks, strength 5, AP1, 1 damage. Nundoms can be up to strength 12, AP2, 3 damage with lance. They can have +1 to hit and wound against vehicles and monsters. And Sacrosants those are the sisters with shields, 4 up invuln. Maces can be 3 attacks, strength 4, AP2, 2 damage with lance. Halberds can be 3 attacks, strength 5, AP3, 1 damage with lance. They can be -1 to wound with a character leader. And Demonifuge can do up and down with lone op and heroic for free. So what's a win path look like against this detachment? In deployment, you have to remember to screen up and down jump units, be prepared for rapid ingress and heroic intervention with Celestine and those similar jump back units. Repentia in this detachment will start in Rhinos. They can advance and charge natively. Pens and engines can advance and charge. Mortifiers can fight on death. You'll have to screen out the Seraphim. They can move 6 inches after shooting, and the Zephyrim. Sisters, if they go second, they can drop in on turn 1. Miracle Dice will be rampant like Sisters of Old in this detachment. There are other character units that grant further Miracle Dice manipulation in this codex. And execution-wise, jump units are T3, Nundoms and Vol are T7. Those are going to be your main suspects here. Do not underestimate the damage that can come out of the Zephyrim Flamer Inferno Pistol unit. Bear in mind, Repentia will be rolling all hits and wounds while the Sister Superior is alive. Don't tangle with Vol or Nundum Brick without first engagement. You're going to be likely backed with Exorcists, so don't dilly-dally around. Castigators can grant additional AP to the army to any unit hit by them. Remember these, and you'll do well. Good luck.